Okay, so we're definitely behind. We got not one, not three, but 2 episodes that we need to talk about.
Yes.
So, the first one, so we'll start with not the most recent, but the one before. So it was the Hunter blindside and then the Tiff blindside. So the Hunter blindside was the one that started after Q's attempted noble fall on my sword quit thing that he tried that didn't quite work. Everyone's mad at him. They either found it annoying, or Tiff and Kenzie are mad because he let people know about Tiff's idol.
Yes.
So that's out of the bag. So now Tiff's a threat. Liz is mad because she had her Tevin plan. And now her thunder from this big blindside is now stolen because everyone's focused on Q. And it kind of comes across less that she had this brilliant plan and more just everyone scrambled and voted for Tevin, so her big moment is gone.
And she's hungry.
And she's hungry. There's a scene where Venus is talking about Q and Hunter, and she calls them dumb meatheads, and I thought that was great. I remember the challenge for the episode was you're dividing up into 3 teams of 3.
Yeah.
And you're working together, and then at the very end, the 3 of you have to compete against each other. Do you remember who the teams were by any chance?
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
My memory's not that great.
So, I remember it was, you got to pick your own teams, and pretty quickly, Kenzie and Tiff team up with Ben, because they don't want anything to do with Q. And he's like, I like you guys. Do you want to hang out? We would love to hang out with you and not him. Hunter goes up to Charlie and Maria, and he's like, I like you guys. Can I team up with you? Sure, we'll take the guy who's really good at challenges, which leaves Q, Liz, and Venus on a team by themselves. And even at the challenge, Jeff is like, "This. I'm going to be honest, this is one of the worst teams I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You guys are going to do terrible." And they didn't win, but they made it through the first round.
Yeah, they did. They did do quite okay.
Like, they made it through the first round. They put up a good fight in the second round, but it was Charlie, Maria, and Hunter, and it was one of those challenges where you just got to sit there, like against a plank of wood, hold on. You got like tiny little footholds, and just pure endurance. And it quickly comes down to Charlie and Hunter, and Charlie wins.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Hunter was saying after that?
I really don't, Josh.
Okay.
Really. You got it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
long time ago in my
So
mind.
it was after that Hunter was saying, he's like, I know I am a huge physical threat, and I know I am a target. Especially now that my number 1 is gone. People might be looking at me. I didn't win the necklace. I'm going to play my idol. I would rather play it and not need it than, need it and didn't play it. I need to make sure I am safe.
I remember.
Because if I play it, I can find it again later, or I can just win another challenge. Like, I need to play it so I know I'm safe. And this is where it gets really messy, because there were several targets. So the first big target is people wanted to take out Tiff. Now that they know she has an idol, we're getting late in the game, we got to make sure that that gets played.
Yes.
And it was Kenzie was one of the main was spearheading this. She's like, look.
Yeah.
Like,
if I don't get her out, she's going to get me out.
Yeah, she's like, I love Tiff. Tiff is great. I think she is a problem. I think she is a threat. And I want to take out my number 1. Which, it's one of those really interesting things when watching Survivor, where what I think is so great about Survivor, Survivor is about a lot of things. It's about strategy. It's about socializing. It's about your ability to win challenges. It's a game about cause and effect, and it's a game about timing. Because there's so many times where a player will take out their number 1 ally because their reasoning is, I don't want to go to the end with this person.
Yes.
I love them. They're great. We've played the exact same game. And what if they get the credit and not me?
Yeah.
But if I get rid of them, I get all the credit for everything we did, and I get this move taking out this person, especially if that person is considered a big threat.
Yeah.
It is something you want to do, so when you get to the end, you've, eviscerated your competition. The problem is, if you do it too early, number 1, everyone else on that beach goes, oh, they've come to play. They have made a huge move. They are swinging for the fences. They are now a threat. I have to vote them out.
That's true.
Also, if you vote out your number 1 too quickly, how are you going to get to the end? Because that's someone who was going to work with you to get further in the game, and now you have isolated yourself. And that's what's so interesting. I've seen seasons where, like this, people are like, I want to get rid of my number 1 because it's a big move. No idea how to get to the end. And I've also seen seasons where people tried too late or never really tried to get rid of their number 1. And then it's like, cool, we're at the end together and now I lose.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't think Kenzie is wrong for wanting to target Tiff.
Yeah.
But it does make me go, how many people were left? I think like 10, 11 is like, I think that's a little too early.
Yeah. And and Tiff is not that good at challenges so she needed Tiff.
But so after that, they're like, okay, we should get rid of Tiff. They get a whole strategy together, and then Tiff's like, I'm going to play my idol tonight. Now that everyone knows about it, I have no reason to keep it because it's making me
saying I don't want
exactly it makes me a target. So I would rather just play it, get rid of it. So if I am a target tonight, I'm safe, and if I'm not a target, my threat level goes down because I don't have this stupid thing. Yeah. And everyone hears that and goes, well, we can't vote out Tiff because if she does, it might reflect on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Hunter's a big threat.
Yeah.
Hunter didn't win immunity. He might do it next time. Maybe we should vote out. I remember there's this moment. I don't remember who it was. It was like Kenzie and the Segas or something, but they're sitting on a beach talking about Hunter, and Hunter's there in the background, and he's too far to really be able to hear what they're saying. But with just the framing of the shot, it was really, really funny. But Hunter now knows, he's like, look, I've got that feeling. They're probably going to come after me. I'm playing my idol. I have to play my idol. And then he tells everyone, I've got one too, and I'm playing it.
Yeah.
I don't know who to vote out. I don't know. I guess I'll just kind of pick Ben.
Yeah.
So he says, I'm playing my idol. Vote with me to take out Ben. And this is right before they're leaving for Tribal, so no one really knows what's going to happen. And then we get to Tribal Council. And Jeff, God bless Jeff Probst. I'm so happy we are seeing just sassy, condescending, petty Jeff Probst again.
Sometimes he annoys me, though.
Oh, I love it.
He gets too much to where he almost provokes people to vote someone out. Yeah, he can be annoying to me. But, continue.
Do you remember what he did at that Tribal?
Not really.
So what he did was, he's like, look, last Tribal was weird. It's like, Q, you tried to quit. Nobody cared, but everyone, was whispering about what do we do? And even though you were like, hey, vote me, you didn't get a single vote. It was weird. It was wild. So I'm prepared for a show. So he pulls out a cushion. He gets comfortable. He brings popcorn. He passes around popcorn. It was so funny.
Yep. And Liz had some popcorn.
Yeah, Liz got to eat. And as this is all going on, Hunter's just sitting there thinking, do I play it or not?
Yeah.
Because if I play my idol and there's votes on me, I made a good decision. If I play it and I didn't need it today, I will feel like an idiot because I wasted it.
Yeah.
So he's whispering to Kenzie, because I do try to read like some of the exit interviews afterwards, and what I learned is that apparently Hunter and Kenzie were very close.
That's what I thought.
And he was like, hey, like, what's going on? She's like, it's Q. I'm voting for Q. Venus is whispering, like, across all of Tribal. It's Q. I'm voting him. Liz is telling him, I am voting Q. Like, we got this. We're good. And the entire time, Hunter's like,
Yeah.
I want to get Q out. I'd rather it be him than me. And if it's him, I don't need to play it.
Yeah.
But what if it's me? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And then you just
play it.
And you just see him the whole time just and he's like fiddling with it in his pocket.
Yeah.
And then it's time to vote. Everyone votes, and he does not play his idol. And it is half the tribe voted Q, half the tribe voted Hunter, and Q voted for Ben. Because he heard what Hunter wanted to do. He was like, cool, I'm good for it.
Yes.
Q didn't know what was going on because no one's talking to him.
Yeah.
And on the revote, Hunter goes home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And something I heard also while reading the exit interviews is apparently Kenzie had specifically told Hunter, Maria, Charlie, and Ben are all voting for you.
Oh, okay.
And if that's the... Like, I look at this and go...
Why didn't he play his
Yeah, I was like, you know, without that information, he really should have.
Yeah.
Like, if your gut feeling is that positive, you should play it. Just live to see another day. But he was told that there are 3 people for sure writing your name down. Like, what did I say? Like 11 people? I think it was 9 people. Because it was like 4 votes Q, 4 votes Hunter, and Q vote on Ben. And if that's the case, they only need 5 people to vote you out. If you know 3 are writing your name down for sure, like, man, you really should have played it. Like, again, like, hindsight is 20/20. Armchair quarterback, but it's like,
I was watching, I was thinking, play it, come on, play it, you know, and he got voted out.
And then second verse same as the first. That's exactly what happens in the next episode. So, do you want to go and lead us off with the second episode, Mom?
Well, the second episode,
the Applebee's episode.
I think they started and Q was by himself. Just nobody was talking to him. Everybody was mad at him. He seemed to have messed up everybody's game. Everybody had something negative to say about him. And then Maria went and talked to him and said, you still want to be in this game? And he's like, yeah, but nobody wants me. And she said, no, if you want to be in, I think you're okay. And she came up with some plan. Yeah. And then I guess they went over to the challenge.
Yes.
And it was a challenge for food.
Yes. So it was for Applebee's.
Applebee's.
And as Jeff kept saying, like, it is the biggest reward of the season. The biggest reward of the season. The biggest reward of the season. And it's like, I swear he got like $1,000 every time he said that.
Word. And there goes Liz when she finds out it's Applebee's. She had convinced herself that he was going to at least give her a chance, you know. Q. Q was going to take her.
Because Q did win the award.
Yeah.
The reward.
On this Applebee's reward. And he didn't. He decided he was going to take Tiffany, Kenzie, and who else was
and
there?
Maria. It was specifically because Maria came up to me afterwards. She checked in on me, made sure I was okay. I'm keeping my Yanu team, and because she reached out to me, I am taking her. And he specifically says, he's like, yeah, Liz hasn't eaten. I feel bad for her, but I don't care. I won. I'm going to do what I'm going to do with it.
And Liz, you voted for me in the last challenge.
So something I heard, and I've seen Q himself confirm this. Apparently, both Kenzie and Maria offered to give their spot to Liz so she could eat, and Q said no.
Oh, really?
I won, and I'm taking the people that I picked.
I
picked the 3 of you. You do not get to give it up to her. I don't want her here.
That's good. Yeah, good. And then you have to talk about it when Jeff said, you know, when she was really angry and Jeff said, you know, speak your mind. Tell us how you feel. And then all hell broke loose.
Which, again, I think knowing that probably happened right after they said, you can have my spot. And Q said, no. No, you can't. And then she just said, I'm pissed. You ruined my game with what happened with Tevin. You ruined my game here, and now you're doing this to me. Like, you are an awful person, and I hate you. And he's like, you voted for me. I owe you nothing. And what I find so interesting about this is neither of them are wrong.
No.
From Liz's perspective, like, look, I'm starving. I am hungrier than everyone else here. You can see how badly I'm doing. I would really appreciate it if you took me. And other people offered me their spot, and you said no. I'm pissed. Every right to be angry. Q won the reward. It is 100%.
And it's the game.
It's the game.
It's the
game. He owes nobody anything.
Not
and it's something that that Jeff has said so much about this new era of Survivor, where the conditions are harsher, you have less time to play, you have to earn everything, nothing is given.
Yeah.
If you wanted that reward, you need to win it. Or you need to make sure you are so close to everybody on that beach that if they win, they feel obligated to take you. Not because they feel guilty, but because they love you.
Yes.
And you did not go up to him after the tribal. You made it clear
she said, I want him out.
She was the only person to write his name down on the revotes. Yeah. She said, I want Q gone rather than Hunter. He's like, cool, I don't want to go on reward with you. Yeah. And none of them eat her burger. And they specifically bring up that, like, none of them, like, we were so full, we couldn't eat the burger.
Yes, in my head, I'm thinking, I wish they could put it in their pockets, but it's hot, it's meat.
And it was, like, overnight, too.
Yes, that's what I thought. I thought, oh, if only she could get her burger, you know.
It was...
But she did get rice.
But she did, that's right, because then when we get immunity, Jeff's like, okay, let's try a rice negotiation again. Not enough people give up the spot, so he says if you give up your spot, you get your own mini thing of rice. Yeah. So Liz is able to do that, so now she's able to eat.
Yes, I was so glad that she was able to eat, because that's too long not eating, you know. It can mess up your mind. Your blood sugar goes down, and then your brain goes as well. So I was happy for her, really happy for her.
And then the challenge, once again, like last week, ends up being between Charlie and the person that ended up going home, which in this case was Tiff, and Charlie wins. And he's like, look, I trained my grip strength so much because it's a huge thing on Survivor, and it came in clutch, and I got 2 for 2.
Yeah, good for him. Good for Charlie.
So, with this one, it was Tiff, like, the big target was Q. Everyone wanted Q gone. Kenzie's done with Q. Tiff is done with Q. Yeah. He brought them on reward, and they said, thanks, we don't like you, though.
Yeah.
Liz wants Q gone. Yeah. Venus is sick of Q. Ben hates Q.
Still wants him.
But Maria still wants to play the game and sees everyone hates him. No one is reaching out to him, which means... he will take any lifeline. Yeah. And in the end, he'd be an easy beat. Yes. Why wouldn't I want to work with him?
Yes.
So she goes up to Q and is like, are you still good to vote, Tiff? I'm good to do anything. Yeah. Okay, so that's you, me, and Charlie. That's, like, what, 3 out of 8?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get Ben. Like, I know you don't like Q, but are you down for this? Yeah, this is a good move. I'd be stupid not to do it. I'm so
Liz.
in.
They got Liz.
So before that, they do talk to Kenzie. They're like, hey... you still good for that Tiff thing you brought up? And she says, no. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. I still think it's a good idea. But Q is my #1, like, nemesis right now. I just don't want to live with him anymore. They're like, we can't do her. We can't let this get to Tiff.
Venus.
They're like, so if we don't tell anybody, it goes to a tie. It'll be 4-4, and... honestly, they probably could have just gotten someone to flip on the revote. But like, let's not even worry about that. Can we get a 5th? Do we trust Venus to go along with this? And instantly just, no, we don't. No. That just leaves Liz. And she hates him. There's a snowball's chance in hell that she will be in on this plan. But let's ask her just in case. Yeah. And she's like, it's a good plan. Yeah. It's a good plan to get rid of Tiff. Because, like, she usually competes very well in challenges. Yes. She has this idol. And she's got a really strong duo with Kenzie. But I hate him. Yeah. I hate him.
She had some rice.
Yeah, she had some rice. She's like, I hate him so much.
Her brain was working better. It was working better.
And yeah, they vote her out. Tiff is gone. Tiff did not. She twice in a row. She heard her name coming up, and she didn't. I don't think she heard her name this time, but she sat on the idol anyway. She did the exact... And it's so funny because during Tribal, Jeff even says, Q has been a smokescreen for the last couple eliminations. Yes. Q says, I'm falling on my sword. Tevin thinks he's safe. Tevin's gone. Yeah. Everyone's saying Q, Q, whispering Q, Q. Yeah. Hunter's the one that goes.
Yes.
Is this happening again? Like, are you getting him out now, or is he a good smokescreen? And everyone's saying it's like, no, we're getting him out. He's so annoying. And then the smokescreen is 3 for 3, which is wild.
Wow. Yeah.
And even though, like, again, Jeff is just like pretty much telling Tiffany as almost as clearly as he can,
your idol.
You are not safe.
Yes.
No one in this season is safe.
Yes.
Do it. And she didn't listen.
She's gone.
So she's gone. So
Q's still there.
Q is still there. So Tiff's idol is fair game because it's probably been rehidden.
Yeah.
Hunter's idol has probably been rehidden.
Yes.
So I think what we were seeing is next week people are going to be actively looking for Tiff's idol. So someone might find Tiff's and someone might find Hunter's.
Yeah.
So we'll see how any of that goes. Kenzie was shocked that Tiff is now gone, and her big plan
was just like.
And her big plan now had nothing to do with her.
Yes.
So looking at it, we've got 7 left.
Yeah.
And 7 left. And it's really interesting because looking at this 7, I'm like, okay, Q has no way to win because no one likes him. No one will vote for him. No one respects Venus, clearly, so she's not going to get anything.
Yeah.
Liz seems well-liked. But I feel like she would beat Q and Venus. Maybe Ben. I don't know who else she'd really beat. Ben seems like people really like him.
Yes.
But probably aren't going to vote for him over some other players. I feel like the 3 players with really strong winner equity at this point are Kenzie, Charlie, and Maria.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kenzie not being in on that plan, I think makes her a bit below Charlie and Maria. Because we see it.
Yeah.
Every time, every single time, it's here's the vote, like here's what's going on. What do Charlie and Maria want to do?
Yes, yes.
And they sit down and they talk about it.
Yeah.
And what I love is it genuinely seems like both of them are equally important.
Yeah.
There's times where Charlie will be like, "This is what I think we should do." Maria's like, "I'm down." There's times where Maria says, "This is what we should do," and Charlie says, "No, I think that's a good idea too. I'm in." And I've noticed the last 2 times the big elimination has happened. It's because Charlie won immunity one-on-one against them, and then they were gone. So Charlie's now a challenge threat, so I don't know if they're going to start targeting him. This is what I could see happening, is that Charlie becomes the big target, wins immunity anyways. Maria ends up becoming the target because people are like, all right, if we got to get rid of one of them, and if he's immune, we got to get her gone, and somehow Q ends up going home anyways because this season is weird and funny.
It is. It is.
What are you thinking of this season?
No, I mean, or what's her name?
Kenzie.
Kenzie. I'm thinking they might target her. I'm thinking she might be the target this next.
So, what are your thoughts on this season? Now that we're like really getting close to the end.
I think it's amazing. I think it's one of the best. I think it's one of the best.
I think I didn't really like the pre-merge. And a lot of that was Bonu. I think Bonu had too much focus. And
Yes.
But boy, the merge has been so fun.
Oh,
it's so chaotic. It's so like it is one of those seasons of Survivor that you get every now and then, where it's not a season of Survivor, it's just a sitcom. Like it is just the funniest show you'll watch on TV.
I mean, it is just amazing and wonderful, and I'm enjoying it. I really am. And I can't wait for Wednesday. I can't. Because what's going to happen, I don't know.
So we got 7. So usually the finale is at last 5. Sometimes it's last 6. Yeah. So we've got about 2 to 3 weeks or so left of the season.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be sad to see it go, but I'm so excited to see how it ends.
Yes. Yes, me too. Me too. I totally agree, Josh. I totally agree.
Anything else you'd like to say?
No,
excited for Wednesday.
Can't wait for Wednesday. Can't wait.